I'm about to tell y'all why me and my close friend of like 4 years cut each other off cold turkey like last week. Y'all, 2 weeks ahead of time, we made plans to spend the day on a lazy river that's downtown my area and go out that same night. 2 weeks prior, right? She live an hour away. You know, we got some distance, so we got to plan it. So we made the plans or whatever. Cool, everything's set in stone. I texted her the day before and I said, are you planning on spending the night? Because, you know, we spending the whole day together. We're gonna go out. We're gonna probably, you know, have a good time. It's gonna be late. Do you want to spend the night? She texted me back. She said, oh, I have plans, boo. Boo. Huh? I thought we had plans. So I texted her back. I'm like, oh, I thought we... And she was like, oh, I, you know, mixed up the days. Let me, like, sort it out. And I was like, okay, like, I get it. Like, are we still good, though? And she's like, yeah. So now it's the day of. She's supposed to be in my house at 12 o'clock. It's about 11, an hour before. So me, I'm up, I'm ready to go. I packed the bag, got us some drinks, got us towels, got us tubes, everything we need for the day. She texts me, she's like, oh, I just woke up, I'm super sick. I sense a lie. I know you're lying, but you know what? I don't have the energy. So I just said, okay, feel better. Whatever. As the day progresses, she is shamelessly posting all on her story. She out, she drinking, she having a good time, she hanging out with her friends, she getting lit, she, you know, shamelessly. So I'm looking at the story like, I thought you was sick as a dog. Couldn't make it to these plans we planned 2 weeks ago that you confirmed last night. Okay. So I comment on her story and I'm like, girl, I knew you were lying. And she said, oh, I just wasn't feeling good about my body. I didn't want to be in a bikini. Ew. Anyways, what? Like, I said, so say that. You literally could have said that. Why did you have to? I'm feeling bad. Oh, she's so sick. Trying to feel bad. You could have just said that. You know what I mean? Her response to me saying just say that, off the charts. She responds to me and says, girl, I know you're not talking. It doesn't matter what my reason was. The outcome's still the same. Oh my God. And I'm telling you, me and this girl have never had an issue. Our friendship has just been friendship. We've never had a falling out. We've never had an argument. We've never had an issue. We've always been cool. I'm trying to figure out where this bad vibe is coming from. I don't get it. So I don't even respond because, you know what? I have to choose peace. I really do, because I'm at the point of my life where if I choose violence, it will quite literally be violence. You know what I mean? So I just never responded. I said, I don't know what's going on with her. I'm going to leave it be. I never responded. About a week later, she texted me. She said, are we beefing? Are we beefing right now? I said, no, we don't have beef. I just don't feel like being friends with somebody who is getting super sassy and defensive after blatantly lying to me. Her response was something along the lines of like, it doesn't matter if you're my friend, my family, my man. I don't have to tell you nothing. I don't have to tell you no reason as to why I don't want to do something. That's just how I feel. I don't owe nobody nothing. What's that little violin? At this point, so I said, oh, okay, if that's how you feel, then this surely is the best decision for this friendship. Because actually, to have a relationship with somebody, you have to owe them the respect of being honest and upfront, maybe. You're like, what? Well, I surely think this is the best decision then. Because you actually just lied. Like, blatantly lied to me. And then shamelessly posted that you, in fact, were lying all over your story for me to see. And now you're upset that I'm upset. Oh my God, that's crazy. That sounds like actually you're gaslighting me. Okay, so her last response to me was, well, you gave that man to your friend? Oh my goodness. You know, because of that man, that's the reason I'm not allowing people to treat me this way anymore. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me. Because I gave that person so many chances after disrespecting me, why would I continue to let everybody get chances to disrespect me? I learned my lesson. Oh my God, I can't.
Yo, I don't even know why I'm thinking about this right now, but I remember freshman year I had this art teacher, and I remember like he was really super like clingy and close to me, and like he was very touchy. Mind y'all, this is my freshman year of high school. Like I'm probably like what 15, 16, just learning, like just finding myself and stuff. I remember like he used to always like make up these nicknames for me and everything like that. Like my name's Alicia. He used to always call me Leash and stuff like that. He used to always do it in class. He used to always ask me to answer all the questions, bro. I didn't know nothing about no modern art. Like mind you, it was like art, but it was also the history of art. Like I didn't know nothing about nothing. Like why are you asking me? But he also be like, you have anything to add, Leash or whatever. I remember I used to suck at art. Like I want to tell you, I was not artistic at all. He used to always give me like A's in the class and everything like that. So I remember this one time he invited me to this art show or whatever. Like there was an art show that was coming, that was like in my area or whatever. And like I remember like he was like, oh yeah, you should definitely come. Like I'm going and everything like that. My art's gonna be shown there and everything like that. So mind you, I thought it was like a nice sweet gesture because I never got creeped out by him or anything like that, right? Mind you, everyone in my class was always telling me, even my brother was in that class with me. He was like, Alicia, like that art teacher is kind of weird. Like you know what I mean? Do you not realize he's like kind of like getting close to you or whatever? Mind you, my brother was like a year older than me, so he was like what, a sophomore at this time or whatever. And I'm over here telling him like, no, like he's nice and everything like that. And like you know what I mean? Like he's so sweet. Like I never had a teacher that really sat there and cared about me and everything like that. Like you know what I mean? Like I was just like falling for it like I always do. So he invited me to the art show or whatever. I remember like I didn't have a ride there or back whatever because I was like 16 years old. Like my parents were not gonna let me go to no art show. Like you know I had other priorities and like an art show that I wanted to go to on like on random Wednesday. Like you know what I mean? So I remember he told me he'll pick me up, but I knew my parents was not going for that. So like I remember I told him like all my friends are like picking me up or whatever. So I remember he picked me up and everything like that. Like we like went to the art show. Mind you, the car right there was fine. He was just asking me about my life, like asking me what I wanted to do, all this stuff, and I was asking him about how we got into art and how you wanted to teach and everything like that. Like it was like you know sweet. Like we was getting to know each other, but I have to remember I was 15, 16 at the time. So I remember we went to the art show. Mind you, we like went together, whatever. He was like showing me his art. Like what I tell you, like we was walking around the little art exhibit or whatever. We was looking at all the art pieces and everything like that. Like he gave me like a little drink or whatever. Like it was like one of those like you know like we was going to an art show together. Like you know like a happy couple. Mind you, like I put that mess on. Like I was like I'm going to an art exhibit. Like I need to dress like fancy. Like bro, I had a scarf on, a sweater on. Like I was feeling myself. Like who you feeling like twin? Like you know I felt so grown. Like at the ripe age of 16, just fast. So I remember he showed me the art or whatever, and he ended up getting like some award or whatever the case is. And he was like, oh yeah, I want to dedicate this to all of my students, everything like that. Like I love my students so much. Without them, like it wouldn't like I wouldn't go far or whatever. But like no one knew that I was a student. So like he was like looking at me and dedicating it. Like basically he was dedicating it to me. And me being so impressionable, I was like, oh my gosh, like this man is really just the kindest teacher I've ever had. Like I cannot believe it. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm just so happy to have a teacher like him. So I remember like the art exhibit ended and everything like that. And, like I went home. Mind you, he drove me back home or whatever. We stopped to get some ice cream or whatever. We was just talking for a little bit. And I remember he drove me back home. And then all of a sudden like everything just started getting weird and creepy. And I forgot like you know at the end of the day he's still a man and men suck. And I remember like he was like touching my arm and everything like that. He was like, listen, like you're one of my favorite students. Oh my gosh, he was like, Alicia, you're one of my favorite students. Like I've never seen anyone with the amount of artistic talents that you have. Mind you, I used to suck in that class. Like there's no artistic talents at all within me. Like not a bone in my body can pick up a paintbrush and just start painting. Like no. But he would always be like, you have so much talent in you, Alicia. Like you're gonna go far in life. Da da da. As he's like touching my hand or whatever. And I was like, thank you so much, Mr. Da da da. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was. He was like, oh, you don't have to call me Mister. You can call me like, oh my god. Like at this age and stuff like that. Like I'm really starting to realize, like you know what I mean? Like this was actually very very wrong at the time or whatever. But like when I was like, it gave what past story, like what's tea? So he dropped me back home and everything like that. Like nothing happened, like nothing traumatic happened that I need to tell you all about. Like you know it was just like you know the little hints that I got from him or whatever the case is. And you know he dropped me back home and everything was fine. The next day we went to school and everything. Well, we went to school separately and everything. And like I remember I was in his class. He was like, oh yeah, me and one of my students went to the art exhibit. Like it was really, really nice and everything like that. And my brother put two and two together. And he was like, Alicia, you need to watch out. And he made me transfer out the class. It's a whole bunch of things that happened. Like it was really interesting. And like now like you know at like the ripe age of 21, I'm starting to realize like what he did was actually kind of wrong. And he probably shouldn't have done that. Like you know. But I always thought that situation was always so weird. Like now that I'm older, like I'm starting to realize like what he did was actually dead wrong. Like he probably shouldn't have done that. I mean like it wasn't like I don't know if it was illegal or not. I mean he did give me like a drink or whatever and I was like 16, but that's neither here nor there. I was already drinking. Like I said I was fast, y'all. But yeah, like I just always thought it was so interesting. I kind of want to know what he was doing. Mind you, like I don't even think I told you what he looked like. He was literally like this like tall white guy. He had like long curly hair and everything like that. Like he definitely looked like y'all remember iCarly where they used to always like mention like Fabio or like that little like mysterious like majestic man like that. I kid you not, that's exactly what he looked like. Like it was just like to a T, like the long curly hair, like he used to flip his hair like like it was just really really T. Like I really wonder where he's at in life right now. Like I really don't know. But like yeah, yo, like yeah, that's what happened. I don't know. Like I said, it's not traumatic, but it was definitely interesting. So yeah.